Hey guys, how's it going? Just want to make a little recording here about an update, where I'm going, what I'm doing, what I'm hauling, so on and so forth, and maybe a little rant. Mostly a rant. First off, I just left Gadsden, Alabama. I'm on Interstate 59 heading south, just past the Love's exit actually. So for those of you that know where that exit is at, you probably know right around where I'm at. So anyways, what I'm seeing a lot here in Alabama is a lot of people don't have their fucking lights on. Now, on occasion, I forget to change my lights from the middle thing to all the way to the right. Now, the thing is with my lights is that my front lights always come on whenever I start driving, so I never have to worry about that. So it's okay to kind of forget, especially when you're not really nighttime driving. So I guess I guess it's okay to leave your lights in the middle like that, you know, because it's raining, your drive lights are already on, everybody can see that your lights are on, so on and so forth. Now, that being said, I don't see a lot of people with their lights on. I mean, there's been a couple of people that have passed me without their fucking lights on, and you know, it's not raining very hard, but it's raining to the point where the mist will cause me to not see you that well, which is why you gotta have your lights on. Now, I know Georgia has a law in which you have to have your lights on when it's raining. It's law, it's state law. I know a lot of other states do that, but I don't really remember which states those are. But I know Georgia is one of those states. I think Alabama might be one of those states as well. But the thing is that I just don't see people with their lights on. And if Alabama is one of those states that require you to have your lights on when it's raining, then the police are not doing their job. Because I've at least seen one officer, while passing through Gadsden, witness many people without their lights on. I mean, the least you could do is stop the traffic for like 5 minutes while you issue out tickets to every single person that does not have their lights on. It's outrageous. It's truly outrageous. You gotta have your lights on when it's raining. The other thing that I've witnessed here in Alabama is that, like some other states in mind, cough cough, Texas, Louisiana, and some of the other southern states, people are very impatient. And even if the speed limit in one zone is 45 miles an hour, they don't care. People will go 55 miles an hour or 60 miles an hour just to get past you. Or me, the truck driver. The one that weighs 16,000 pounds in the trailer, carrying furniture. This guy in front of me doesn't have his lights on. The other thing is that people just don't know how to use their fucking turn signals. I don't care who you are. I will flash my lights at you, even if you're a truck driver. Oh, and if you're a truck driver, it'll be even worse, because then I'll just fucking call you out on CB, call out the company name. I'll even do as much as look over, see your truck number, see your company name, and tell your company that you don't have your lights on and you're not using your turn signal to change lanes, which is a hazard. How am I supposed to know that you're changing lanes? How am I supposed to know that that you're slowing down or braking or, changing lanes or doing whatever? Your lights aren't on. You're not using your turn signal. That's a hazard. Not using your fucking turn signal. It's just unfucking believable. And it's insane. The more drivers that come onto the road, the more stupidity you're probably going to see. The more accidents that will happen because of how stupid people are. How lazy these fucking morons are. Because that's what they are. They are fucking morons. And I'm not afraid to say that into your face. If you are so fucking lazy to turn on your lights or to use your turn signal for 3 seconds while you change your fucking lane, you are a lazy dumbass. I wanted to say another big word. I guess it's incoherent. Like this fucking asshole in front of me now. Not using his turn signal, no lights on. And it's unbelievable. And the cops aren't even enforcing it. That is the particular reason why these people fucking do it. Is because there are no police out here enforcing this. If I had an officer sitting next to me, he would be calling his fucking dispatch, naming out these fucking cars with their license plate numbers, getting a cop car out here and issuing tickets. I personally believe truck drivers need to have at least one dash cam sitting in front of them that monitors everything and broadcasts it to local police enforcement, or not local police enforcement, state highway patrol. As soon as you enter the state of Georgia, state highway patrol will receive your broadcast, or would receive your broadcast, and monitor the traffic in front of you. And then they'll see the license plate numbers, the cars, the make, and then they'll get those people tickets. That's a brilliant idea, to be honest. And I'll be happy to have a fucking to have a dash cam in here specifically for police to watch my driving, number one. Because, number one, or, no. First off, that would imply that you're a safe driver. And I'm a safe driver in general. I mean, I don't do anything stupid besides record while I'm driving. And I guess that's okay. Not entirely. I wouldn't recommend it, but I'm doing it, so who the fuck am I to say anything? But the thing is that if there were more police involvement in truck driving, if there were dash cams in front of every single truck that broadcasted everything to state highway patrol, there would be less accidents on the road. Because you would see if it was the truck driver's fault, say if he changed lanes or whatever, using his turn signal with his lights on or whatever, You would see other truck drivers as well. Maybe even sense that you're using your lights, your turn signal, or whatever, in which that would also proceed to having cameras inside the truck facing you or me. Now, I'm not opposed to the idea of a camera facing me, because like I said, if it makes safer drivers, then the roads would be, I guess, what do you say, better. Now, that being said, the camera's always facing you. The camera will always be recording you. You can't do anything about it. You can't just cover it up with a thumb, like right there or whatever, and then say have a good day. I mean, if you have to hold a thumb right there in front of your camera, or stick a piece of paper in front of the camera, you're doing something wrong. If you are a safe driver, you should not have any problems whatsoever for a camera in your truck facing you as insurance. Because insurance companies, or at least truck companies, can use that to insure themselves in case an accident happens. Now, with that also being said, there's also some consequences that go with that. Sure, you might say, oh, my freedom's being taken away. Well, not essentially. You can still go jack off in your fucking bunk or whatever. Look at all your porn or do whatever you want to fucking do in your bunk. Don't lie to me now. I know you do it, Jimmy. Now, with that being said, I'm not entirely opposed to that idea. Because, like I said, it will make safer drivers, in my personal belief. Now, of course, say you're backing into a dock, and of course you dock and you hit the dock door just a little too hard. The camera turns on and sees that you don't have a seatbelt on. You get that critical report error message or whatever, and camera turns on and the company says, you're not wearing your seatbelt while you were driving. I was back into a dock. Well, they could say that you're driving. The truck is moving. The truck was in gear, so you were technically driving, even though you're backing into a dock at a safe speed of 0.5 miles an hour. It's nothing really. So they could say that you weren't wearing your seatbelt while you were driving. And then they could write you up, and that could also get you fired. My company has a rule, or at least the company that I'm working for now has a rule, which basically, or they have a couple of rules that they tell us. No seat. If you get a ticket, or if you get caught not wearing a seatbelt while you're driving, you're out. You're done. You're fired. If you get caught with a phone in your hand, you're fired. If you get caught speeding 6 miles or 6 to 15 miles over the speed limit, you're fired. Now, those are okay rules. That also being said, you got to get a ticket for it. You got to get a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt. You got to get a ticket for holding your cell phone, or you got to get a ticket for speeding 6 miles over, 6 to 15 miles over. Now, for me personally, if I'm going to speed, I'm at least going to do 5 miles over. I don't do 6 miles over, because I'm not like that. A safe speed is 3 to 5 miles over the speed limit. And in most states, cops don't care if you're going 5 miles over the speed limit, because most people go over the speed limit by 1 mile an hour in the first place. I know in my hometown of Delphi, some cops there just hand out speeding tickets like if it's candy. It's insane. They're so strict about the speed limit, it's insane. Or at least it was when I was still living there, like so many years ago. But I don't know if they still enforce their 30 to 25 mile an hour speed limit. I'm sure they still do, but if you go over by 2 miles over the speed limit, then you get a ticket, and that's insane. That's insane to think about, because nobody's going to go the speed limit constantly. Not unless you put your fucking cruise control on, in which in some cases your vehicle doesn't even count 20 miles, or no, 30 miles and under as a fast enough speed. So you can't get your so you can't really set a cruise control. So you're literally forced to use the gas pedal, which I guess in my case it's all fine and dandy and whatever. So I guess the point of this video is, if truck drivers had more law enforcement involved in their trucks, such as a police officer next to them, or dash cam facing out and facing in for insurance or whatever, or not even facing in, just have the dash cam facing out, looking out at the traffic, I think we would have not only more enforced law enforcement, or cops, or whatever you want to call them. We would have safer roads, and we would have less accidents. Not to also mention, if police put a dash cam onto a truck and a car got into an accident with a truck driver and it was totally the car driver's fault, then the police can use that footage in case the car driver decides to get one of those lawyers that promise you thousands and thousands of dollars after getting into a wreck with an 18-wheeler. Use that against you, and the company pretty much countersues and you owe them money. I don't know. It's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. I think it's a brilliant idea. And with that being said, we've ran out of time, or at least I have. Now with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday and a wonderful weekend. I know I will. It's pretty rainy right now here in Alabama. So I'm going to get going. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.